Assalamualaikum. Very good morning to all of you students. Today's our topic is globalization on education, and it's our 10th lesson on chapter education. So broadly, what is our purpose and aim and objective of today is to know what are the global impacts and effects on education. The first one are, there are so many 8 impacts and effects today we'll discuss. The first one is a variety of the schools and marketization. So international trend of the education is this: just you have to present your school or college or the university or the education for marketing, for earning money. So that is the free schools and academies influenced by Swedish and US education systems respectively. Increased marketization of British schools overseas and academies trust opening chains of the schools overseas as the desire for Western education grows. There are so many schools you can see open in Africa, in Middle East, in subcontinent, the boarding schools as well as the public schools, to spread the Western education in these areas. The next point is multiculturalism. So mostly what happened in the present scenario and the previous decade, the most students, they migrate to UK or USA or Canada and so many other countries to get the modern education, to improve themselves. The impacts of the migration into the UK has led to the development of more inclusive curriculum that addresses greater diversity in the UK in contemporary society. That is the skills for global economy. According to the global economy, you have to upgrade your education. That becomes link between education and the workplace. So process of the globalization has led to the students needing more skills to be able to compete in the global market. This includes science, technology, and emerging technologies such as L and green energy. So many fields are there: the education, science, in science, engineering, and biochemistry, or the medical fields, where they have to polish themselves. They have to upgrade according to the modern needs and the global needs. Changes to the curriculums. Mostly decade ago, there was a fixed syllabi which every student has to study, compulsion by the government. But now it's happening even in the private and the government sectors. So many new subjects were introduced, and introduced every year there is changes, because they have to fulfill the needs of the global industry. Changes to the curriculum as a result of the greater interconnection with wider society, focusing on languages, history, and the teaching of English as additional language to improve their communication skills, to interconnect among all the countries, and that is the source is the English language. Changes to teaching, learning, and the assessment. There's so many researches were done. Through these researches, they upgraded their education, the modern tools of the teaching, and the methodology, the collaborative teaching, the learning activity influenced by the international research. Then international ranking. The ranking was done through the grading system, as you can see in the Cambridge, IGCSE, GCE, London board, so many, Aga Khan board in here in the Pakistan, and so many, where the ranks were denoted A grade or A or B or C or D. The students, according to their intelligence and their capabilities performing well in the examination, they graded them. So PISA rankings for maths, English, and science, UK policy increasingly influenced by other nations such as Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea, as they rank highest in international testing. University entrance. Because of these global impacts and the effects in the overall world, no, the majority of the students, they are getting admission in the university and the high education. Increased number of the overseas students, even they visit here from the Pakistan, from so many other countries to the UK to get the quality education. Increased number of overseas students to fill gaps in higher education. Universities setting up campuses globally to capitalize on desire for Western education. In UAE or the Middle East countries and so many other countries where these British universities, Oxford and Cambridge, they established their sub-campuses to earn the money maximum. British values and the prevent. It was the prevalent and the fact and where they share the British values and the culture through teaching English and English language and literature in different countries. But what was the reaction of this? The reaction, local people reacted to the British culture and the values, and that was the anti-Western feeling rised among the students. This has resulted in reinforcing social solidarity through be, we, and challenging possible terrorism through prevent in schools. In the end, there are the 8 factors we have discussed. Which are these one by one? I'm again repeating that one. The first one was the variety of the schools and the marketization. They changed education in just presented as the market, where everybody has to excel and compete to each other in the quality, according to the quality of education. Multiculturalism, because students migrated from their local countries to the British Western countries, where there is the impact of the diversity in the culture in the contemporary society in UK. The skills for the global economy, then they have to upgrade their education, which can fulfill the needs of the global economy and the workplace, global workplace. Then changes to curriculum. They have changed the curriculum according to the modern needs or the global industry. Then it changes to teaching and learning and assessment. In the modern era, there's so many researches done. According to that, they have concluded they have scummed these impacts of establishing the collaborative teaching and the modern aids of the teaching and methodologies. They scummed. International ranking, they decided that which ranks they stood for that either the according to student capabilities and the intelligences, they have to basically to denote them, to give them the grade. University entrance in modern era, the majority of the students they get admission in the higher education of the universities to excel themselves and to fulfill the needs of the society. British values and the prevent. The British values, they basically educated to the local people, introduced with it, but the anti-Western feeling uprised. So that's the reason they try their best to minimize it. Then in the end, there is the assignment which you have to do. What are the global impacts on the education and educational achievements? Read it, students, if you have any confusion regarding about these all assignments. Very elaboratively I have discussed and explained. If you have any problem, graciously I will welcome you. You may ask me anytime. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.